good to see you all again. If you're new here, subscribe, and if you've been here before, it's good to see you and have you here again. In my last video, I showed you what it's like in the Murtala Muhammed International Airport, the new terminal, and what is like at the arrival terminal here in Kotoka International Airport, Ghana. So right now I am on my return trip to Nigeria and I'm still flying Air Peace, and I'm currently in the Uber. Time is around 4:25 p.m. and my flight is slated for 6:45. So I've checked in online this time around, and I've filled the health declaration form. So for people traveling into Nigeria, in as much as there's no longer requirement for COVID vaccination, you still, however, have to fill a health declaration form, which you can get on the NCDC website. So you go there, you fill the form, and you have to declare that before going to Nigeria. So I'm on my way now. There's a little bit of congestion in front of us, or maybe it's a traffic light. So let's go. Stay with me. You know how we do it on this channel. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and leave a comment. Talk to me, you know, share your thoughts and opinion with me. Yeah, let's go.
Al despertar, el río va buscando un lugar para
This is the departures drop-off area at the Kotoka International Airport Terminal 3. You can see people saying goodbyes to their family and friends, and there are trolleys everywhere around here that you can use for free. There was no security check at the entrance, which came as a surprise to me. I wonder what the machines are there for. I literally walked into the airport and straight to the check-in desk. But generally, the airport experience here in Accra is relaxed and chill compared to other airports I have been to. Usually, only travelers are allowed into the airports, but here you can easily come in with your family as there are no security operatives at the door.
Down to 35. Hello.
Check-in was very fast as I had already checked in online. She asked if I had a laptop in my bag, and I said no because I never check in my laptop and valuables.
Here we go. Let's move. Let's move it.
There is a food court up there where you can get something to eat if you need to, and usually you're supposed to fill an immigration form before departing, but apparently you don't need to fill one here before traveling.
Hello. So do you have to fill any immigration?
No. You can go through.
Okay, thank you.
I asked the airport staff if I needed to fill any immigration form, and he said no, that I should just proceed to the immigration desk. So I made my way to immigration through this fancy machine where you have to put your boarding pass to be able to get through. Immigration queue was scanty, so I was excited that I was going to leave there very quick, or so I thought. Nothing prepared me for what I encountered at immigration.
This page here is not on this page. What did you say? Okay, I should put my face in. Okay, I should show you. Okay. No, you know, say me when I was coming, they stamped it, and when I got there, I gave it to them at the airport. Immigration. Them right man, they must stamp my passport.
It was at this point that we realized that the immigration in Nigeria did not stamp my passport while I was exiting Nigeria, which delayed me for long minutes while we both searched for the Nigerian stamp on exit on my passports.
This is it. See, front on 3. Put that down.
I'm going back to my country.
Eh?
Thank you so much. When I came,
The one you saw now?
Apparently, the one I found and showed him for 2023 was from my earlier trip this year, which wasn't the same one for this trip. At this point, I was scared because I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if they were going to delay me or try to extort me for it. I really didn't know what to expect.
So, we're clear and we can move. Africa traveling. What a wow.
I left the immigration desk super happy without being extorted or anyone trying to take advantage of the oversight that wasn't my fault. I went through the last security check and proceeded to my boarding gate to wait for my flight to board.
C7. You guys don't believe what just happened. So I got to immigration and I realized that the Nigerian immigration didn't stamp my passport when I was leaving Nigeria, which almost kind of became a problem. But I mean, thank God, I just kept on insisting actually that my passport was stamped. So next time, guys, this is a lesson too. To always check your passports after getting it back from the immigration guys to make sure it was actually stamped. Lord knows he was probably distracted by something else. Just probably got carried away and forgot to stamp my passport for exits, which could have actually caused problem for me the day I even arrived Ghana. But I mean, that's that. I'm all checked in now at the boarding gate and I'm waiting.
While waiting at the boarding gate, our flight from Nigeria, that is the Epis flight that will be taking us back to Nigeria, just got here. And also, this is a Brussels A330, I think. Brussels Airlines is domiciled in Belgium, and they have partnerships with many airports across Africa. Also, that is a Fly Africa airline. That is one of the smallest aircraft flying this route. Maybe one of these days we'll fly with them also and we'll get a review of their service and their aircraft. Okay, so it's time to board. Let's go. After confirming my boarding pass at the gates, I then proceeded to these stairs which led me down to the bus, which then conveyed us to the aircraft. This aircraft is an Embraer ERJ-145, and here we are boarding on the tarmac. The Embraer ERJ-145 is a small plane and has a 2-1 seating arrangement for 50 passengers and accommodates 1 cabin crew. The legroom would be adequate for most people, but for me during this flight I found myself stretching my leg out of the sitting area just to have more legroom, and my bag couldn't fit in the space above. I had to put it under my seats. And the last set of passengers just got here, and that's the cabin crew, the only cabin crew on board, giving us instructions and directions. You could easily tell that this is an old plane, and most of the seats, the leather on the seats, gave that away. After takeoff, you can see how pretty Accra looks at night from the sky. They gave a snack box and a bottle of water. It was really thoughtful of them to have put dates in it because the Ramadan fasting was ongoing. Midway into the flight, I felt water dropping and it appeared to have been coming from the vents of the AC above, which further confirmed my suspicion of the aircraft being old. It was a good flight, and after landing in Lagos, Nigeria, we deplaned on the tarmac and walked all the way down into the airport. We used the escalator and went up, and one thing about these airports, the ACs are working, which is very beautiful. Big shout out to the government for building this, and I hope they maintain it because it's really a very nice addition. So first off, you come to this desk where they verify to make sure you filled the arrival form, the health declaration form for arrival. If you haven't filled it, they'll make you fill it, but to save your time, it's best you just fill it before departure from wherever it is you're coming from. Next up is passport control. I like the fact that everything here is like well signed. The signs are very well done and you can easily see and read the signs and know where you're supposed to go after each step. So here at passport control, the first desk is where they have to check your passports to make sure, I don't know what they're checking for per se, but they have to check that first before you now then go to the next desk where immigration checks you and stamps you into Nigeria. Immigration didn't waste my time at all. They only asked for my phone number, and this time I made sure my passport was stamped, and next I proceeded to baggage claim, and that's my bag falling out. I picked up my bag. This guy here will confirm with the boarding pass to make sure you are picking up the right bag. That was done and I was on my way.
839.
They make everyone go in through the goods to declare exits, where security operatives basically just ask for your passport and ask you a couple of questions, random questions, I would say.
Sir? No, I live in Nigeria. Yes. I'm an electrical engineer and also a YouTuber. Yes, so I travel, I make travel content and I post online. Yes. Nice to meet you too, sir.
After leaving the goods to declare room on exits, I came across these guys here doing like a double check, more like a two-factor verification of your luggage, and once it checked it and it took the tag off my boarding pass, what was left of my boarding pass. So don't lose your boarding passes until you're actually done, like out of the airport. You checked it, double checked, made sure the bag was mine, and I was on my way. There's a bureau de change in here where you can actually exchange money if you're coming with foreign currencies and need some naira to spend out here. You can see how shiny the airport is looking with the lighting and everything just looking sharp. I actually love this terminal, guys. I would love to always travel through here. You can see through the video that it all looks organized from arrival down to exits. Everything looks actually organized and better coordinated.
When you come out, I don't need taxi. I've got my own ride. So the moment you step out of the airport, people go to rush you. Do you need a cab? Do you need this? Well, You can always get Uber and Bolt here because these airports cabbies are sometimes always overpricing it. So you can as well take a walk down, and when you get out there you can just order for Uber or Bolt, and in the absence of that you can just take one of the cabs here at the airport. But as for me, someone is picking me up. Richard is picking me up again because he dropped me at the airport before, so he's just completing his duties. I hope you enjoyed this video. I mean, it was a smooth trip despite the fact that that AC in the plane was dropping water on my head. But it wasn't that bad, sha, but then there's room for improvement. Epis, you guys need to do better. I hope you enjoyed this trip with me. If you did, please like, subscribe, and don't forget to share to your family and friends who might be traveling through this airport anytime soon. See you guys on the next video. Peace and love. Bye.